Hello and welcome to our new site here at Rice Road, Phibsborough, Dublin 7. Today you can see some of the demolition and structural works have taken place. It's a period home, again another period home on our portfolio. We have had some foundations and structural issues, so we'll go through that with you in a moment internally. The end of Terrace House had some complications here in a cul-de-sac for parking and access, but we've made some great progress. We'll have a look at the building site internally now and go through the new build. Come on inside and have a look. So coming on through the main entrance hall, the full party wall was underpinned. It took us over 4 weeks to do that in stages with a method statement by our civil engineers. The full underpinning was fitted across the full perimeter of the footprint of the original house, and all of the internal walls had no foundations. Okay, we're up on the new extension area, which is a new flat roof. The old extension was fully replaced and upgraded, and you can see the carpenters and roofing crew are forming the roof and structures and getting the falls. You have your upstands here for your new skylights. They're protected at the moment. There's two large 2.4 metre by 1 metre skylight, and you can see the rainwater gully here, and you can see the guys are forming the openings and the falls here, starting at 0. So we have a fall this way and a fall back to the front rainwater pipes, which are hidden within the cladding of the flat roof and down onto the eco channels. And if you pan to your left here, you can see the upper structures, some of the exposed ring beam, the new ring beam, and steel RSJs in place here, temporarily fitted. So a major renovation, major remodelling, major restructuring. So even the home renovations and extension projects can be more complicated than a new build. A lot of builders would prefer a greenfield site. It's a very difficult task to undertake, and our clients can be given extras of variations and budgets when they open up and they find out the foundations are an issue, or structure is an issue, or timbers have to be replaced. It's all down to certification and codes of practice, building regulations, and our engineers will not give any certificates or building ancillary certs post-completion until all of the works comply with the latest codes. So we'll have a more video shot and pan around, but I hope you get a good understanding of the work that goes into it and a little bit about the structural details. Rather than just looking at nice finished kitchens and windows, we like to show our clients the substructure and the work that goes into that before it's finished. So we're at the old bathroom return level here, and the guys are still at demolition and making good stage. We pretty much have a demolition crew and a new build crew at the back of the structure. But here we had an old timber apex roof which was fully replaced. It was rotting and needed new timbers, so the carpenters will be in to fit a new wall plate and get that built. But this was the original shape. We also needed to rebuild some block walls and structure back in the same location as the original, and do some original pointing to the original brickwork. Very little left of the structure, and all of that rebuilt. So we're now on the upper level, first floor, and you can see the building has been fully propped up. We have steel supports, and we also have a full ring beam poured at first floor level. If you pan around to your left here, you can see some of the rebar projecting, full wall plate level ring beam, and you have a full restructured wall and structure. So that's supporting, full ring beam supporting the new steel beams on an RC pad here. You also have, just off the party wall, a full new reinforced pad carrying those new attic and floor joists. And if you pan around here, you can also see a new square hollow post section which goes right down to ground level and into the foundations. And that's teed off here on the upper level and back onto the external wall, which is onto a reinforced ring beam and RC lintels. So essentially the whole structure was a civil engineer, a structural engineering project. There was very little left, as I said earlier, of the original footings and internal walls. All of that was rebuilt and re-supported. The chimney breasts have been removed. They were severely cracked and damaged, and all of that's been rebuilt and re-supported. So the guys are still at demolition stage on the upper level. Window openings have retained as they are, but again you can see some of the original window openings have timber lintels, no concrete lintels. They're carrying the soldier course brick arch, and you can see some of the old, over 100-year-old brickwork. So we have to rework all of that into the new design. So a lot of work went into re-supporting the foundations, the underpinning, making the building safe, structurally intact. right from the foundation up to the ridge level of the attic space. We have built a rear extension and reconfigured that space and reconfigured the return landing level also. We'll have a look at that on the lower levels. But at this space here you can see the main restructuring. A lot of this also was not visible at survey stage, so we had an engineer's survey report which could see cracking on the outside. It's more of just of a visual survey. When you open up the walls and get behind the plasterboard and dig deep down into trial hole foundations, you see the real issues. And this project was one of those that just spiraled into a major reworking of the existing house, almost like a new build. So we're now at the attic level, and you can see the original structure has been re-supported. We will have a new steel beam and sandwich panel going in at ridge level. New floors are currently propped up. There's also current steel beams in place. The guys are finishing demolition. The original chimney breast was severely cracked and had no foundation, so that's been fully removed. That was all driven by the engineer's reports and structural engineer's requirements. But pretty much the house is a new build essentially. There's very little left internally. New foundations, new underpinning, new internal structures. The front facade was retained, the party wall was retained, part of the gable. But you can have a look here. It will give you a good idea of the extent of renovations and major renovations here. The attic level will be dropped to about 300 or 400 millimeters below this current ceiling level, and the new steel beams will take those new floor joists. So that will give us extra head clearance in the attic space. And we're also going to reconfigure the existing dormer window with new air tightness membranes and insulations. We'll let the guys carry on here and we'll have a look at the next episode in more detail. But while the skeleton's exposed now, you can have a look and pan around and see the work that goes into making the attic and structural supports correct before any conversion and plastering finishes. Thank you for joining us today. That's the end of the Royce Road project. In the next episode we'll have a look at more of the construction internally and externally, but hopefully today give you a good idea of what goes into a renovation and extension projects where the house needs a full deep retrofit and heavy structural engineering. We'll let the guys carry on and we'll finish up. So thanks very much for joining us. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to log on to plantech.nuhaus.ie, visit our showroom at Ballycoolan, and any of our team would be delighted to help you with any of your design and build projects. Have a Q&A session and a consultation available. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social platforms. Thanks and see you soon. Nuhaus, yeah.